because his minions took it to him. But I was like, nah, man, I worked too hard for that thing. So I took it back from him, opened it up, and then I grew from little Kratos to big Kratos. Me and Ares had a wicked awesome fight, and yeah, right outside Athens, and...
Who won the fight? I'm like on the edge of my seat.
I'll get to that in the At first, Ares, he had underestimated my power. With Pandora's box, I was practically undefeatable. And then he decided that he could not take me in a battle of strength, so he decided to attack my spirit instead. He sent me to a parallel world where past, present were combined. And I saw that my wife and my daughter were alive yet again. Isn't that nice? And I was like, oh, hey, again, I see that a bunch of Kratos lookalikes come, and they're trying to kill my family again, as I did. So I was like fighting them off and stuff, swinging my blades around, doing all my God of War stuff. If I knock out Lindsay, but I failed because there was too many Kratoses, and my wife and her child died in front of me yet again. Too bad. But then I decided not to let it go to my head. Ares' mind games wouldn't work on me. I came back from that weird little world he brought me to, and I was like, no, don't even try it. But then he pulled my favorite weapons, my blades of chaos, pulled them right off my wrist. Because he's mean like that. I had grown so attached to these things, you know. They were like my pets or something. I just stroke them. But yeah, he took those away from me. So instead, I took a big sword off the statue of Athena. I know it's not actually there.
Yeah, which is over there.
I took that big sword instead. And then I was like, yo. I wasn't even playing around at that point. I don't think I had a good memory in my entire life. When I was born, me and my little brother, we were orphans. And I was the big strong one, and my little brother, this is just some background on me. My little brother, he was weaker than I was. So they took him and they left him on a mountain to die. And they let me grow up to be a strong warrior. And yeah. I was a little kid, so I didn't take that very well. From that point on, it only gotten worse and worse for me. So once I was fighting Ares, that was like the epitome of everything. I was like, nah, I'm sick of this. So I decided to take the law into my own hands. No god, not even a god would stop me from taking my revenge. So I beat him once again in a swords battle. And then finally, I'd had enough, so I took my sword, well, not my sword, but Athena's sword, and I drove it through his chest. And then he was like, ugh! And we had this sort of conversation at the end that was pretty cool.
So did you defeat him?
Yeah. I stuck my sword through his heart, and then he exploded. And
then you talked?
Whoa. No, yeah, right as he was dying, he talked, and then he exploded.
That's awesome.
And then
His luck is all luck.
I went to Athena. I went back to Athena, and I was like, all right, did it. I'm a man. I did it. And then she was like, okay, we forgive you for killing all those people. Congratulations. And I was like, all right, are the memories going to stop? And she was like, no. I was like, what? I was pissed. I wanted those things to stop. It was horrible. And then she was like, no. She explained to me, you know the phrase forgive and forget? They would forgive, but they would not forget. That's the problem. I didn't really care if they forgave me. I just wanted to forget the horrible memories. But it was the other way around. I got the raw end of the deal. So it was really bad. I climbed up to the top of Mount Olympus. And I was like, all right, that's enough, bye. And I jumped off, and I tried to kill myself. Athena would not allow it, though.